What's up, everybody? It's Kev. I'm here with my good friend, Brenna McGowan. And Brenna, you got this. You're doing, this is great. I love meta things. You have pre-launched the launch of your first course, workshop, very hands-on interactive training about pre-launching.
Exactly. Super meta.
Super meta. And you've learned some really cool things already about doing this. And again, I love when people teach from what they know, right? It's not theory. It's not, oh, I think, this would be a service people would buy. You work with clients closely to do a pre-launch, and it completely changes their world for a few reasons. And this matters to me because when I spent, 12 years as a freelancer doing nothing but launches, like literally the first thing I was ever brought on to do was second or third, and then just never stopped for 12 years. And I still have some twitches from all those deadlines,
I was going to say.
But in the one thing that was always the X factor in every successful launch I was a part of, hundreds of them, was a pre-launch, like a really good pre-launch. And I love that this is your expertise. So let's talk about the reasons it makes such a difference. You just helped Emily have this amazing launch. You do this across different niches. The first person you did it for almost as an experiment, quadrupled what her expectation. It's just been an amazing process, and it's easy to do. And to me, what stands out, I want to let you talk about it, is as a copywriter, you get so much from the dialogue with your audience before you're launching the thing. They might know you're launching the thing, but they will tell you the most important stuff to include in the launch to get them excited about it. Yeah.
100%. I think that's one of the things, the beauty about the pre-launch is that it gives you the space to be able to collect the data and be able to tweak your messaging. I know you just mentioned I was helping Emily Reagan, and she just had an amazing launch, $73,000 closed her doors. But it's not just about the money. I think the thing I really want to point out here is that Emily we tweaked her messaging as we went along. We got really clear about who we were talking to so we could hone that in. So not only did she close the doors and have an outstanding launch, she really drew in the type of person, the type of student that she wants. She mentioned to me, I interviewed her, and that she was like, oh my gosh, like I'm almost intimidated by this group of people that I brought in, because they're such great people. So there's so many things that a pre-launch does. That's just one of them.
Yeah. So let's talk about her just a little bit so people have context. All right. So her, what is she? She's an expert in several things. We both work with her in different ways. But what was this launch about, and who was her target audience?
Right. She was relaunching a course, but it's a completely revamp. So she's done it before, but she revamped it. And it is for training digital marketing assistants, or VAs, to create businesses with flexibility. Now I'm forgetting the tagline, but basically she's trying to help these people and the difference with Emily too, that we really worked on was, how can we step away from someone who's just wants like a side gig for a couple of hours, to someone who's really ready to start their digital business and get it off the ground and be able to serve their clients with really high quality work. So we were able to go in. So Emily has this course that she put together that we relaunched together. And so we spent the 6 weeks beforehand, like getting all of her podcasts, her, all of her emails, her social, everything in line, so that everything was speaking and getting people really excited about for when her doors opened.
And so what kind of things did you learn? Because and I've seen this so many times, because I have courses, like RFL, we've done 11 times. And every single time I'm updating the training and the slides during pre-launch, because I'm getting so excited about how people are giving us totally different answers to questions we've asked sometimes throughout the 11, for 4 or 5 years now. And because the business changes, the times change, we just have this great resignation. So I bet there's a bunch of new people who are suddenly interested in this, who have these unique skills and abilities, right? So what kind of things did you guys hear in pre-launch that maybe surprised you and then made it into the copy?
The one thing that really surprised like us towards the end too, and this was more towards the end, so we'll be incorporating it next time, is because something that Emily struggled with is like, how do you call out this person? They don't necessarily have a name because a VA is such a broad topic,
Yeah.
right? But we
Mhm.
started getting these amazing examples of different types of people. Like there was this, I think it was like a mom that like travels around in RVs and helps other mothers. We
Mm.
started really getting so clear on some of these different types of people and different ways to describe it. That's the one that like jumps out. That we really were able to hone in on how we can talk to this person based on the descriptions that they were actually giving back to us.
So like their lifestyle, that, you can, yeah, if you step it up, it sounds to me like a big part of it is going from, oh, a VA is something I could do for 3 hours a day, 4 days a week and make X amount of dollars to, no, I'm actually an expert in this. I'm bringing skills from another life, right? Another job or another part of my life, and suddenly realizing how valuable that is in the marketplace if you know how to position it.
Yeah, 100%. I think the other thing too that Emily really brought up is the fact that she didn't feel like she could ever, had she not had all this stuff planned, that there's no way that she could have done it in real time. Like thus going in and doing
Right.
all this planning ahead of time
Right.
because she wasn't just like launching a new course, like she's revamping her whole entire course. So she was able to then go ahead and spend the time on the actual like, okay, what do I need to get in this course? What do I need to say during the launch? Because she didn't have to worry about this pre-launch period. So I know that was
Yeah.
another big relief to her in her words.
Yeah. I love that. And that's exactly why pre-launch is just critical. Um, because it's really the work when you're set up. It's not just about, okay, we're going to do this pre-launch and then we're going to have to scramble to incorporate what we learned. Part of pre-launch is setting yourself up to be ready to take what you learned and implement it. And so all people know is that the messaging is cleaner, tighter, feels fresh, feels relevant. And the same for you. It's easy to go because from your experience, Brenna, from doing this many times, probably where the talking points are going to be, where they're going to live in the launch rollout, where they might affect the sales page. The emails are a big part of it, right? And so
100%.
it's twofold. It's having your ducks in a row so that you can breeze through the launch without having to panic or feel like you're literally launching people into space, sitting there sweating and chain smoking in front of a like those old NASA videos, um, and understanding the true needs of your audience, and letting that be reflected not only in the sales but in the course itself. That's my favorite part of it, is that it influences my teaching more than anything, and that's fulfilling for everybody involved.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that she said too that I loved is that she was like having these discussions, like the emails that we were putting out ahead of time were these like more fun. They're not like these hard sales emails. So she was getting she said she was getting like more replies than she normally does. So she was starting micro discussions. So it's also like you're building this thing on
Yeah.
connection, which I really love as well. It doesn't feel, I always think of launching as like do or die time. And this is like a time period behind where you're able to be a little bit more relaxed in your approach, but still be having these sales discussions.
Yeah, it's so good. It's the whole selling without selling thing that people theorize about. There's no such thing as selling without selling, because selling is giving people instructions on how to work with you and how to get the result that they want. The without selling part means you're not trying to be manipulative, and you're genuinely having a conversation with somebody about what they need and genuinely letting them know whether it makes sense for them to want to work with you in this thing you're offering. And if so, getting really excited about it. Because like Emily said, and she saw, doing that suddenly raised the kind of person who was interested. Their enthusiasm went through the roof. And so that challenges her. It's like, wow, these people are coming in hot. I got to really be on my game. And that's what we want. We want to be challenged. That's what makes us all better. And so it really is, this is not a box to check. This is a way to think. And this is how we stay ahead. All the people who are doing big launches, who we see in the marketplace, the Marie Forleos, the Selena Sues, the, you know, Amy Porterfields. I think if you asked each of them to distill down why they love launching, it's that reason. It forces them to step up their game so that other people come with a ton of enthusiasm, and it just raises the bar for everybody. And so everything just keeps getting better. And that's how they're able to run their businesses, by basically launching once a year and spending the rest of the year implementing and putting out great content, right?
Yeah. And the people that you mentioned, I know Amy Porterfield for sure. Like they spend a lot of time in pre-launch, right? It's a huge, from what I've seen from the outside of just like following. So 100%.
Yeah, great stuff. So tell me about your workshop again. It's in April.
Right. It starts April 21st. It's 8 weeks long. I have created this this workshop 8-week time to be, yes, I'm giving you my framework. I'm showing you exactly what I do for my one-on-one clients so you can implement it yourself on a repeatable process. But not only that, I'm also, for this round, I don't know what it'll look like in the future. Every other week is where we're just having coaching time where I'm actually looking at copy. So you're getting my eyes on your copy and your pre-launch plan on top of it. So I don't want to just like this isn't just here's a bunch of templates, go implement them. Here's the instruction on how to do it. Go implement it and bring it back to me so we can work on it together, so that when you leave the 8 weeks, you have a really amazing program, and then you have something that you can use on repeat. I say for the rest of your life. That might be a little bit broad, but for quite some time.
Yeah, in the future when there's holograms and stuff that appear in people's desktop too, we might have to tweak it. But yeah, and you know, tons of templates, like everything you would need. Basically, it's like if you like to do things yourself, or you're, you know, not in a position to hire someone like Brenna right now, this is how you learn to do this for yourself. And like she said, repeatable process that whether you're doing this for your own products or for clients, if you want to be a more valued copywriter or whatever service it is you provide, and you're working with companies and clients who hold launches, understanding this system will light up their world. Just how to some of the emails I know you use, Brenna, in this program are email templates you would want no matter whether you're launching or not, right? There's just a ton of, because they're meant to induce replies and have dialogue. And I always say, and I'll say this till the day I die, the rest of my life, is dialogue is the most valuable thing we can have in marketing. You know, that conversation back and forth with your audience, your prospects, your buyers, where they're wanting to share with you information. Think about any product you love owning. You probably filled out the survey they sent, or were happy to write the review when they asked, right? I'm always thrilled to do that. I remember I bought a product not long ago, and I've been looking for this solution for so long, and I couldn't believe it. I immediately started making them a video without even thinking twice, and sent it to them, and they couldn't believe, oh my God, thank you so much for this. And I'm like, and since then I've seen tons of people do it for them, because when people are happy to own your product, they're happy to talk about it and happy to share it. So that's all what this is about. All right. So thank you, Brenna, for sharing this. I just want to let everybody know some badass stuff that's going on and that you got going, and to know about this workshop if they want to learn this process, again, whether it's for their products or whether they're a freelancer or service provider. So where do they go to sign up to get, where do they go to be a part of your pre-launch about pre-launching?
Right. Well, if you want more information or just want to chat with me, I'm always on Instagram. I joke always too much. So Brennan McGowan Co. Or you can go to my website, brennanmcgowan.co. And at the very top on my homepage, there's a link that you can click that'll give you more info.
Awesome. All right. Well, good luck with it. And we'll be checking in to see how it went.
Thank you.